Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And this is a little bit personal, but I'm done with the Marine reunion. These were the same people that I was in combat with in Vietnam. And I've gone to, I think, 4 of these reunions. We've had 20. And the first one was in my supper club that I had in Oklahoma. And since then, they've got better organized, and they have these reunions. Normally, they'll have them in different parts of the country every year. But I say now it's been 52 years, I think, something like that. And so everybody's getting older. And we had this reunion at the Columbus, Ohio. And I don't think we're going to be moving around much more after this. A lot of the people were from the eastern part of the United States. We only had we had 19 total. That's including the wives. And they said if everybody would show up, we'd have probably maybe 70 to 90. But with this virus thing, that stopped a lot of them. But I'll tell you, it was, I don't know, one thing was a smaller group. And then I say it's been, now we're all getting older. And most are older than I am. When I was there, I was one of the youngest. So like I say, I'm 71. And there was some 71s, but most were 72 and 73 years old. But I say now, since we've been seeing more and more, and I say a smaller group maybe, boy, I was much more talkative. And I shared a lot. That on YouTube, I've been getting a lot of people that a lot of people don't believe that I'm a real person, and they don't believe that I do the stuff that I do. And so I did some stuff that I do when I travel. I did some of that with them. One of the things. They said, well, we had the banquet last night. And they said, well, Mike, why don't you do something and scare everybody? And so then I did. And I made a video talking about where my eyeball falls out. And so that's what I did. And I don't like doing the eyeball routine here in the United States because it's not as funny. Well, it's funny. It is funny in the United States, but it's not as scary. And we were set up on 4 tables, and so I went over to the middle table, and that's when I did my routine. And now the people on that table, they were scared. The other people, and I say, we had enough time where I've been talking to people, so then a lot of them know I do weird things. So most people weren't scared. And like I say, but it was really funny because they had, now they have an idea on what it is that I do. So, but it was fun. But one of the things I noticed, well, for one thing, we never really, normally we don't talk about war stories that much. And there was more talking about war stories, and as I say, most of them were like me. They try to forget everything more than try to remember everything. And I was surprised, but I don't have any fond memories. And they had some humorous moments that they were talking about. And like I say, we're talking about some of the crazy stuff that we did. I mean, real crazy. And like I say, a lot of the stuff I don't remember. And like I say, we all weren't in Vietnam at the same time. Most of the people there were from 67, the early part of 67 to what do you call it? The 69, middle of 69. I think that's when our unit pulled out of Vietnam. So, but it was. I'm still kind of, because we were talking about all this stuff, it got me kind of going. And I was the best in physical shape, and but then again, my two specialties is personal safety and natural health. And so what I learned from doing this is, boy, really, those are the two things that I focus on. And those are the two things that I'm still alert and my capabilities. And like I say, dyslexia, and it's got worse since I've got older now. And so it was nice because everybody's got their handicaps, so and they have their strengths. And so it was interesting because being around these people didn't make any difference. You don't make fun of people, when they got their handicaps. Well, I'll take that back. You do make fun of them, and but it's not held against them. And like I say, using electronic devices, I'm not real good on that. And some of them were, and so then they helped me, work my phone and stuff like that. That's why I tell people to text me. When I'm in your area, text me. And then with the text, one thing I know, I'm in your area, and then it's easier to make arrangements so we can, sit down and talk. And so they were real helpful. Normally when I'm around a lot of people, because of my weaknesses, I'm really limited on a lot of stuff that I can do. And here, because of my weaknesses, it didn't make any difference. And because they were really, really forgiving. And like I say, we talked about our families, like most everybody there, all their wives. So it was really interesting. Now I've been to a school reunion, 50-year school reunion that wasn't. That was kind of tough, and it wasn't enjoyable and stuff. Now this was enjoyable. It was funny. I don't drink, and one night I did have a drink, and I am addicted to sugar, so I stay away from sugar. And boy, they had a lot of desserts, and we had them the whole time we were there. So I've been hitting the sugar pretty heavy. So now I'm probably going to have to go through sugar withdrawals. But it was very, very interesting. There was a lot of war stories. And I thought I was going to do is share some of the war stories that they had. But like I say, I don't think they're going to be as funny or entertaining or scary to other people. Because like I say, to us, I mean, it was scary. And then like I say, name names. A lot of the people I didn't know. Like I say, I don't even know these people. Because when you're in combat like that, 13 months of combat, you're not going to see the same people. For one thing, you're in your own little groups anyway. And like I say, people get wounded and they get killed, and then you get replacements. And so then there's people that you don't hardly know and stuff like that. So it was, but the one thing that did pull us together is, like I say, the war stories. And it was just really interesting. And so y'all, if you have some military reunions, I would suggest you go to them. They're, like I say, they're not like a class reunion or other kind of reunions. It's really different. And it's a lot of fun. Now, especially now, I moved back to the United States. Now I'm going to try to get to the rest of them. And we've been losing every year. We lose a lot of people. So and even though their wives, some of them they were dead, but their wives showed up. And it's funny because the women are even different than most women. I mean, because they've had to hang around these vets, and vets, you act a little different and stuff, and so they get used to being around someone like that, and they know that their husband had some handicaps, and so when they're around other men with all their handicaps, it was no big deal for them too. So it was just a lot of fun. And but anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. This Mike, NoStressMike.com.